Hey, morning everyone. I wanted to talk to you today about this simple but pretty powerful tip. Your friends who have tattoos, right? Like they're permanent, they stay forever. You can alter them only by adding more colors or altering like adding more ink in general, and it's pretty painful to remove the tattoo. While the resume is slightly different than that, as in it's a little less painful to remove it. You can just hit select all and delete. Um, you you should not treat it like a permanent tattoo where you keep the same words, keep the same language for every single job that you ever apply for. You see, people make this mistake quite a bit. They think that because they are applying for similar jobs that they do not need to change their resume around. That's simply not true. Um, at this point, your resume should shift keywords and focus based on the kind of position that you're applying for. And so should your cover letter. I don't actually believe that your LinkedIn profile should change dramatically based on where you apply. It's kind of like a master resume, but you should have a general idea and be stating that general idea of the kinds of jobs you're looking for in your LinkedIn profile summary so that it's clear who you're trying to attract, right? But for your resume itself, that should be shifting and changing as you apply for jobs. And have one copy of your master resume ready, but then shift your resume for every single one. This is something that I did every single time I applied for a job. I kept my master, which was about 2 pages back then, and I would cut out the experiences that do not match the job posting and update keywords to match what the job posting has, because a lot of job postings these days include keywords that the HR professionals are looking for you to respond to. And if you have those, you kind of go through that first level of screening. Sometimes you even have a computer screening you before it comes to an individual. So it's important to be able to make those shifts and changes very quickly so that you can you're just adept at altering your resume. And if you've applied for a job similar to this one before, yeah, for sure, use that similar copy, but review your resume once or twice. Make sure that it matches that job posting one for one. If there's something that you can change, great. If there's not anything you can change, don't change it. But this is like an opportunity every single time to recheck your format, to check your spelling, to check the language, to see if your message is on point. And you should not just say like, oh, whatever, like I'll just send out my resume. That just doesn't support you to do that. It should not be the same. It should be changing a little bit at each time, or a lot depending on the kinds of jobs you're applying for. Do not assume that the way that you wrote it once is the way that it should always be, because people notice that too. People will start saying, they're just kind of, it's a throwaway resume for them if they feel like you haven't put in time and energy. And whether you believe it or not, people can tell how much passion you have when you put time and energy in it. Not just the first time that you applied for it, but like, how you just feel like, oh, I'll just apply, whatever. If I don't get it, great. If I do get it, awesome. And then you like spend quite a bit of time going through the application process. All of that is to say that, when you put in the energy of like, I don't really care, I'm just going to apply at random and not put a lot of time into it, then your resume is going to get thrown out anyway. Like it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You don't care? Okay, nobody else does either. So I mean, in terms of like a universal effect in a mindfulness sense, this is part of the process. If you care about it, and if you're saying to the world, I'm dead set serious on this, then you should be dead set serious on how your resume shows up to your potential future employer, and edit it accordingly and put that time and energy into it, and search for people who are, who work for the company so that you can talk to them as well. Like you don't just stop at applying for the job. That's a step. That's one step in the process of a job search. So take the time and do the work. Put in the energy into it and trust that you're going to get the right job that fits for you, and that you're going to put the energy that you need to in that resume. Edit it as much as you need to. So that it's an important element of how you view your job search. It's not just about the actual tangible tips, although I love talking about them. It's about those mindset pieces that go along with the tangible tips. So if you are thinking like, I'm just going to keep my resume the same because I can't be bothered to review my resume every single time I apply for a job, you're probably applying to too many jobs. If you're like, if your goal is to like apply to 5 or 6 or something every single week, that's a lot of jobs to apply for, especially when the chances of you getting a job just through an online application is about 4% on average for the average job applicant. True story. So if that's the case, then, focus on putting more time into just one application and how you're going to meet people from that job who are related to that job posting or that employer in a way that's going to help you increase your chances of landing that job. These are important things for you to be doing. And if you can't be bothered to be spending time on your resume, then you're not going to be bothered to spend time on searching out the right people to talk to, or, having a conversation that you want to have with an employer and getting the information that you need in order to know if this job is going to set you up to win. So I hope this helps. I look forward to hearing from you on this. Let me know if you have any questions on how to shift your resume and what to update. I love, love, love doing resume updates. So keep me posted. Love you guys. Bye.